Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone joining us from across the world. As this is a global session, some of you are starting your day in the United States, some are joining from the UK, some from Asia and other regions. The diversity reflects exactly what today is about: connection beyond borders. Welcome to Women 2.0, Voices Across the Borders. I lead within the UK market, and while my focus is within the UK, the reality of that is that none of us operate in isolation anymore. Even when our market focus is local, our exposure, collaboration, and learning are global. Today is not about success stories, it's about real journeys and real women. The decisions that shaped us, the skills that strengthened us, the lessons that helped us grow in competitive industries. At Nets, we operate in a global environment where technology connects us, but people create impact. Women across IT, HR, business development, and project management are contributing meaningfully and building influence. Before we begin, I would like to invite each of our panelists to briefly introduce themselves. Hassan.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hassan, IT analyst at Nets International, where I manage internal IT operations and support teams across our global regions. I have been in the IT industry for around 7.5 years now, working across different domains like project, operations, infrastructure support, technical operations, and incident management. I am glad to be part of this conversation today, and I'm looking forward to hearing the perspectives and experiences from our wonderful women across our organization. Thank you.
Thanks, Manal.
Hi everyone, I'm Manal. I work as a project technical surveyor, specializing in technical assessments and solution planning for smart technology projects. My role involves translating client needs into practical technical solutions and coordinating with teams to ensure smooth project delivery. I'm excited to connect with and support more women growing in technical spaces.
Thanks, Manal. Swati.
Hi everyone, myself Swati Panda, and currently I'm working with UK HR team, and my current role is HR team lead. So my experience is around 5 years, and mostly into managing people, processes, and workplace culture. Throughout my journey here with Nets, I have been more than fortunate enough that I get to work with wonderful colleagues, with a very, very wonderful supportive manager. And of course, this has particularly motivated me a lot in improving, in growing, and expanding also my current role. And of course, so it's a very good opportunity, very good journey throughout Nets. For me, HR is creating an environment where, of course, people feel where employees feel particularly valued. They feel that they are heard. That they feel that they are supported always and empowered to grow. So yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really glad to be part of this conversation, and of course, I'm looking forward what we can experience more. Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Thanks, Swati. Let us begin with what growth really looks like in a global environment. I'd like to start with a broader question for all of us. Working in a global environment changes how we think, we communicate, and we lead. Momal, as a PIA coordinator working across teams, what skills have helped you grow in a cross-border environment? And what should other women focus on if they want to build a global career like yours?
Yeah, for me, one of the most important skill is structure. When you work across time zones, clarity becomes critical. You cannot rely on informal updates or assumptions. So, for women who want to grow in global roles, I would say focus on communication and ownership. Always document clearly, summarize discussions, confirm responsibilities. These habits build trust quickly. And global exposure also build emotional intelligence. You will learn to adapt your communication style depending on who you are speaking to. That awareness strengthens leadership over time.
Thank you. And that idea of ownership is really powerful. Manal, from a technical delivery perspective, what mindset shifts help you grow in technology? What advice would you give to women entering this space?
The biggest mindset shift for me was moving from just solving the problems to understanding the impact. Like earlier in my career, I focused only on technical execution. And over time, I realized that understanding business context, understanding the problem itself makes your technical work stronger. For women entering in tech, I would recommend building strong fundamentals. Do not rush towards visibility. Focus on understanding how system work deeply. When your technical base is strong, confidence follows naturally. Also, practice explaining technical concepts clearly.
Mhm.
Technical strength combined with clear communication builds influence. And for me, I always give an emphasis on soft skills with the combination of hard skills. And that's this amalgamation works really good for a technical person.
Awesome. Thank you. So strong fundamentals and clear communication. Those are consistent themes. Hassan, from your experience in IT consulting, what helped you grow confidently in technology? And I guess what should women prioritize if they want long-term growth in this field?
For me, honestly, the biggest factor has been continuous learning. See, technology evolves so quickly that staying curious and open to learning is essential if you want to grow. I made a conscious effort of understanding the systems beyond the scope of what was assigned to me. Now, taking that extra time to see how things work end to end gave me stronger perspectives and helped me to contribute confidently in the technical discussions. Now, coming to the second part of your question, for women entering tech field, I would say it's really important that you focus on developing real depth rather than getting into comparisons. Do not compare yourself with others constantly. Instead, measure your progress against your previous self. As Manal mentioned, it's really important that you understand things, you get the technical knowledge. Once you focus on developing the capabilities, confidence follows.
Amazing, thank you. And that's a really key message here. So growth in global industries is built on preparation, not comparison. Let's talk about sustainable growth next. So, Swati, from a HR perspective, what are the most important factors that women need to do and that would help a woman grow into a leadership role in global organizations such as yourself?
Uh, well, I will not particularly put this from HR perspective, but yes, in general, if I have to put in a particular way, so this has to be clarity and support are critical for anyone who is like, of course, growing. Women need transparent growth pathways and, of course, access to meaningful projects at their workplace. Mentorship, of course, it also plays a major role in developing yourself, in developing your future journey with any company. So, exposure to senior leadership, strategic discussions build confidence, and of course, gives you direction. Uh, Another important factor would be is sustainable performance. Women should not feel that growth requires burnout. So, of course, setting boundaries and managing energy are essential for a longer time leadership. So, empowerment must be supported by structure. Uh, Another thing I would like to add is uh, since women play multiple roles, be it personal life, be it corporate life, they are born leaders. That is what I feel. But it's little nurture, it's little push, you can say. So that is what they need to have, and then they are blooming like a wonderful flower. So yeah, that is what I feel. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Sustainable growth is something that I relate to strongly, especially in the competitive markets like in the UK. Manal, what habits have you transitioned from or been a contributor to? Um, and how do you become a technical voice, a confident one?
I think preparation and consistency. Before meetings, I prepare thoroughly. I ensure that I understand not just my solution, but also whatever is alternatives are available in the market.
Mhm.
Um, that preparation allows me to contribute with clarity. I also made it a habit to speak, even if briefly. Confidence grows through participation. The more you contribute, the more natural it becomes. For women, I would say do not wait until you feel perfect. Growth happens through contribution, and definitely, like Era mentioned, curiosity is the key.
Absolutely. And that's a really key insight. Thanks, Manal. Contribution builds that confidence. So, influence is not limited to leadership titles. Momal, when did you realize that your role had influence beyond coordination? And how can women build influence early on in their careers?
I realized my role had influence when I started thinking about beyond the deadlines and began understanding business objectives. So, when you understand why a project matters, you approach your responsibilities differently. You identify risk earlier, you suggest improvements. So, for women early in their careers, influence begins with ownership. Take responsibility for outcomes, not just assigned tasks. That shift changes how others see you.
Thank you. Ownership and visibility values are really closely connected. How can women in technical roles build influence even if they're not yet in those leadership positions that they're aiming for?
See, influence often begins with reliability. When you consistently deliver high quality work and you communicate your ideas with clarity, people naturally begin to trust your perspective. That's why I encourage women to ask thoughtful, well considered questions. Now, when you ask a right question in a meeting, that demonstrates your uh, understanding of the topic that is being discussed. Again, influence doesn't develop overnight, it develops gradually. It develops gradually through persistent preparation, strong performances, meaningful participation in the conversations that shape the decisions.
Amazing, thank you. In business development, I've seen the same principle. It compounds over time, the trust builds, influence is earned through the consistency. So let's move on to technology. Technology and AI reshaping industries globally. How can women ensure that they remain relevant in such a rapidly evolving environment?
Again, in order to stay relevant in a rapidly growing environment, I would circle back to the same thing. That is, it
Yeah.
would start from treating learning as a continuous commitment and not an occasional effort. It's really important that we regularly invest the time in understanding the emerging tools, technologies, frameworks. But having said that, technical knowledge alone isn't enough. It's equally important that you have an understanding of broader business perspective. See, business, so your technical knowledge would create value only it's aligned with the strategic objectives and it's solving the meaningful problems. So ultimately, I would say it's the curiosity combined with discipline that keeps you relevant in today's evolving environment.
That's really insightful. Thank you. Manal, do you believe that women are sufficiently represented in innovation spaces? And what else can be done to strengthen that representation?
Um, Representation is improving. I can see that, but there's still progress to be made. There's a long way to go. Laura, you and I can we can see that what's the ratio of the women right now in the company we work, right? For so yes, I believe that organizations must ensure equal access to high impact projects. Women should actively seek challenging assignments that expand their technical depth. Innovations improve with diverse perspectives when they are included. Inclusion is just not fairness, it enhances results. That's what I
Absolutely.
believe in. Yeah.
Thank you. That's so key. In global growth, diversity strengthens the decision making. In markets like the UK, competitive advantage often comes from diverse thinking. So, as we close, I'd like each one of you to share one real, honest piece of advice for women joining us from across the world, whether they're entering tech, building careers in HR, managing projects, or aiming for leadership roles. So, I'd like you to start, please, if possible.
Right. So what I would advise is build strong skills, remain curious. Competency creates confidence, and confidence strengthens your voice. So when you invest your time in learning, your self-improvement, opportunities naturally begin to come your way.
Thank you. Manal?
Rather than one, I have two advices, if you don't mind, Laura. So basically, number one is do not wait until you're fully ready, for sure. And growth begins when you step forward despite of uncertainty. And the second thing is this advice came to me from the recent boss I have, right? So he said once that take the ownership of the process, no matter what the result is. If you are confident in the process and if you take the ownership of the process, you will reach somewhere. That's what matters in the end, actually.
Love it. Thank you. Swati?
My message would be, since of course we are doing this on the occasion of International Women's Day, my message would be never underestimate the strength that comes from being a woman. As I mentioned earlier, also in this conversation, being a woman often means you need to be balancing out many roles and expectations, be it at your workplace, be it at your personal place. So yes, it is all balance. It is all how you make yourself grow in any role, how you make yourself mold in any role. But those experiences also shape some of our greatest strengths. You call it resilience, empathy, patience, and the ability to support others while moving forward ourselves. So yes, uh, that is it from my end. But yes, that is not limited. Of course, every individual, be it at home, be it at workplace, everyone have their own capabilities, have their own strengths. So yes, my message would be clear that you need to experience, you need to have your strong voice and experience, of course. So yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Momal?
Yeah, from my side, for women across the world, take ownership early, take ownership early. That demonstrate responsibilities, which builds up the trust and opens the door for new opportunities. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. So, thank you very much, ladies. I really appreciate you being here today. If there's one message from today, it's this: growth is possible anywhere, whether your focus is like mine in the UK market or completely global. What matters is courage, learning, and support consistency. Women empowerment is not a slogan, it's daily action, it's showing up. It's speaking up, it's developing skills, and it's lifting and supporting other women alike. Across borders and industries, women are building impact and breaking barriers. On behalf of NETS and our UK team, thank you so much to our panelists and our global participants. Let this conversation continue beyond today. Thank you.